Join me as I dive into the intense drama of the 2024 election and try to predict who will come out on top between Biden and Trump. The world is watching as the United States gears up for another historic presidential election, with two familiar faces going head-to-head in what promises to be an epic battle for the White House. On one side, we have incumbent President Joe Biden, fighting to secure a second term in office, while on the other, we have former President Donald Trump, determined to reclaim the presidency he lost in 2020. Economic challenges are weighing heavily on the minds of American voters, with inflation and employment rates being key concerns. For Biden, the task is to convince the electorate that his administration is best placed to navigate these choppy economic waters, while for Trump, the goal is to paint the current economic landscape as a failure of Biden's leadership. Meanwhile, both candidates face significant pushback from within their own parties, as moderates and progressives alike seek to have their voices heard. Voter sentiment is also playing a crucial role in this election, with many Americans feeling disillusioned with the current state of politics. Trump's populist message and Biden's more traditional approach to politics are vying for attention, as each candidate tries to tap into the mood of the nation. At the same time, internal party divisions are threatening to derail both campaigns, as they struggle to find common ground among their supporters. The electoral map is also a key consideration, with several battleground states holding the key to victory. Trump's campaign is focusing heavily on winning back states he lost in 2020, such as Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, while Biden's team is working to consolidate support in Democratic strongholds like California and New York. Trump's campaign is employing a classic Trump playbook, relying on his signature bombast and rhetorical flourishes to rally his base. His message is centered around a promise to restore American greatness and to protect the country from the perceived threats of socialism and liberal elitism. Meanwhile, Biden's campaign is taking a more measured approach, focusing on his record of stability and experience, and touting his ability to bring people together. Social media is also playing a critical role in this election, with both campaigns leveraging their online presence to get their message out to a wider audience. Trump's Twitter feed, in particular, has become a lightning rod for controversy, as he continues to rail against his political opponents in the media. Biden's team, on the other hand, is using social media to promote a more positive message, highlighting the president's achievements and touting his commitment to unity. One pivotal moment that could sway public opinion significantly is the recent debate in Arizona, where Trump appeared to stumble over his response to a question on immigration reform. Biden's campaign was quick to pounce, highlighting Trump's apparent confusion and arguing that it was a perfect example of why the former president was unfit for office. On the other hand, Trump's supporters have been quick to point out Biden's own gaffe-prone tendencies and argue that the incumbent president is out of touch with ordinary Americans. As the campaign enters its final stretch, it's clear that every scrap of political capital will count, and that one misstep could prove disastrous. The stakes are incredibly high in this election, with the very future of American democracy hanging in the balance. Both candidates are well aware of what's at play, and are pulling out all the stops to win over undecided voters and secure their place in history. For Biden, a second term would cement his legacy as a champion of progressive values, while for Trump, victory would be sweet revenge against his political enemies. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the election. Share them with me in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos on the 2024 election, where I'll be exploring the latest developments and trends in greater depth.